What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here. And well, this is gonna be a quick video as I wanted to discuss some new information that just came out with regards to Is 10 Nordics. Now, personally, I like the Is franchise. I really enjoyed a lot of their recent games that have come out, so I have been curious about Is 10 Nordics, especially its combat, because it is taking a very different approach compared to the previous games, with one of the things being that you're not going to control as many characters as you're used to in an Is game. In a lot of Is games, you tend to have a party, you meet multiple characters and you're able to, mix and match and play with different characters in your party. But this game is going to be completely different to its combat, and it's only going to be focusing on 2 characters that you can play. At least that is what they're saying so far. Maybe they're going to add 1 or 2 more, but the concept from what we have learned seems to be focused on a 2-player combat system that you're going to be able to switch or be able to control both players at the same time. And this is what they call the cross-action battle system. Now, we really didn't have much information, but they recently released more information explaining the system and explaining a bit about our 2 characters that are going to be the focus of the game. Of course, the first one being Adol Kristin, and the second one being the new character introduced in this game, which is Karja Varta. So I'll just be going over what this new information there is. Sadly, we don't have any trailers or videos. I think it would be much more interesting to see the combat system in action, like in a video, more than in screenshots. But hey, there isn't a lot of options, so I'll just take what we have. So let's go a bit over. So of course, the protagonist of the game is Adol, and the heroine is Karja. Adol is going to be 17 in this game. He is the protagonist, an extraordinary adventurer with fiery red hair and clear eyes full of curiosity, who left behind more than 100 adventure journals for posterity. At age 17, he left Asteria, the land of his first adventure, and was said to have headed towards the land of Celcera. But according to one of the adventure journals discovered at his childhood home, the Northerners' Lost Paradise, he stopped off at Obelia Bay with Dogi, a former thief. Then, with regards to Karja Varta, she's already 17. She's the only daughter of Grimson, leader of the Varta Navy. She's feared by the residents of Karnat as the pirate princess, who see her as she proudly leads a gang of maritime miscreants in pirates' activities. While she has elegant features, she wields a hatchet and a round shield in battle, and showcases a rough, brutal fighting style typical of the Norman people. And that's basically what we know about both players. Now, with the new cross-action system, it's described as a new system in which players switch between solo mode and combination mode. Solo mode is described for speed and consecutive attacks. In solo mode, you can fight as either Adol or Karja. Your partner will be controlled by AI. You can switch between the player character at any time during battle with the press of a button. Speed-oriented combat that utilizes step and dash-based movement is the core component of solo mode. In addition to unleashing various skill attacks with Adol and Karja, the player can switch between characters mid-attack to trigger a partner current attack, making it possible to drive into the enemy with consecutive attacks that leave them no opportunity to strike. Additionally, the speed attacks with a blue aura unleashed by some enemies can be automatically dodged with solo mode's dash. You can deploy technical actions such as dealing damage by unleashing a counter attack from an automatic dodge that hits surrounding enemies. So I'm very interested to see the pacing of the combat, obviously solo mode, and how, smart the AI is gonna be. I think having your partner controlled by AI is a 50-50, depending on the game. Sometimes it works out, and other times it's a nightmare. So I'm hoping this is something that is not as bad. Like I said before, remember, you're used to controlling most of your characters, so this is a bit different. It also seems that with solo mode, you get the opportunity to dodge and counter specific attacks from enemies, and this brings me back to an interview that they had a while back where they say they were trying to bring something new to the gameplay. And I remember they mentioned a Souls-like game was an interesting thing they could explore. Obviously, I don't feel this is a Souls-like game, but I do want to add that the fact that there is dodging in this game and the fact that there is a reward for you to dodge because you can get a counter attack just reminds me of oh, they're trying something new and they're trying to implement more of the one-on-one battles against enemies. Next is the combination mode, which is for power, offense, and defense. In combination mode, you fight as both Adel and Karja at the same time. You can switch from solo mode to combination mode by pressing a dedicated button. While combination mode allows you to deal more damage thanks to the many simultaneous attacks that you can unleash, standard movement and dash speed are significantly reduced. To make up for the reduced speed, guard is available as a dedicated action. By guarding against enemy attacks, your revenge gauge will increase, and activating combination mode exclusive skills in this state will fill the revenge gauge and allow you to deal greater damage. Additionally, the power attacks with red aura unleashed by some enemies can be repelled with combination mode just guard. This will cause the enemy to significantly lose balance, creating an opening for a burst attack. As I mentioned before, the solo mode, you get the ability to dodge, and if you time your dodge, you can do a counter. But with combination mode, you get access to what seems to be parries. So if you guard on time, you'll be able to respond to that. As I mentioned, this could be potentially fun. It seems it's going to be more action heavy. I am still wondering, again, I want to see this, how it's going to work. I want to see this in video more than just screenshots. Like a trailer, show me how this thing looks, because I want to see the pacing. It does seem this is a combat that will work specifically good against boss fights or in 1v1 encounters, more than just being thrown multiple enemies. Maybe I could be wrong, maybe it'll also work there, but it just feels with the fact that you have dodges, you have time dodging, and you have parries with the other mode. It seems like this is stuff that could work, as I said, in these 1v1 encounters, more than having you fight many enemies. Of course, there are going to be segments with multiple enemies, but I just think back to that interview that they did and how they want to switch up the gameplay and focus on different things. But so far, I think this could be something interesting if done properly. I don't know how many fans are going to react to this. Maybe they will like the new combat system because it's something new, or maybe they'll just be why can't they just keep doing the same thing? I personally am interested, but again, I want to see this in action more than just screenshots. I do think characters look fine. The in-game character models look well for what they are. I don't have much complaint in that area. That's it for the new information that we got with S10 Nordics. As always, it's not just about me. What are your thoughts, guys? Especially with regards to the combat system. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.